Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for Living Local, your lifestyle show for everything Charleston and beyond. I'm Ashley Meservey. It's Medical Monday at East Cooper Medical Center, and today we are discussing car seat safety, a topic that has been the focus of numerous studies on how improper installation or the lack of one altogether dramatically impact the number of fatalities reported each and every year. So for soon-to-be parents, grandparents, and anyone else traveling with precious cargo, listen up, as this topic could literally mean the difference between life and death.
Medical Monday, sponsored by East Cooper Medical Center.
Joining us today, Dee Byen. You've seen her many times here on Medical Monday. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Okay, today we're talking about car seat safety.
Yes.
Okay, and you have a class for that.
We have it brought up in all of our classes,
Okay.
our childbirth classes, as well as our newborn classes, where we discuss all the car safety information that they need.
Okay, and talk about with new parents and stuff, there's so much to think about. So many, I mean, you're worried about sharp corners and you're worried about, breastfeeding and stuff like that. Does this sometimes get forgotten? I mean,
It does. We do have a lot of parents who show up at the hospital with their car seat still in the box, or they haven't even thought about the car seat at all. Sometimes they deliver early, so they're not really prepared for that. So I think the earliest that you can plan for having a car seat is better. There's so many different kinds out on the market. You want to really make sure and do your research. It's very important to find one that, first of all, is not on a recall list, because we do have some of them that are still out there that are on a recall list. So you want to research that very, very well and have them readily available when you get ready to deliver.
what I've noticed about car seats these days is they are like crazy sophisticated, I mean, so that might not necessarily be a good thing though, right? Because if they can like fit on, bikes, and you can carry them, in a grocery cart and all kinds of stuff. So what do you think is a good one?
Basically is the ones that are meeting the needs of the family. If they do a lot of activities, then those fancy ones are probably really good for them. But there are some on the market that have an additional safety technology in them that are really, really good, where they have mechanisms in them to make sure that if you leave a child in your car accidentally, because that does happen, then it alerts you that the child is in the car.
That is key. That definitely is key. What I've noticed as an aunt, my brother asked me to take care of the kid, and he left the car seat on top of my car to say, here you go, because I was at work. And I remember walking out there and being like, I have no idea what to do. So I did have to go to a fire department and get them to help me before I picked his child up. But talk about the partnerships you've had with other fire departments.
We have a great partnership with our local fire department here in Mount Pleasant, and we are doing a safety event that we are having every quarter. So they come out and they help parents, especially these new parents, get their car seats ready for when it's time for the baby to come. It's really important too for families if they have any question about booster seats or when to turn their child around if they don't really know when it's time. The fire department's partnership with us on those days are great, and they can come out and have it checked.
When is the time that the child can go, for instance, like to the front seat? Do they have to be a certain height?
They don't recommend that they go in the front seat until they're like in their teen years. It's always better for the child to be in the back, and for the first 2 years they want to be rear facing. They don't really recommend that you turn them around to the forward facing position until they meet a manufacturer's recommendations or your state law recommendations for turning them around forward. So it's usually around 2 years old. And if they're going into a booster seat, it's really important to know that it's usually, if they are going into that they're a certain age and weight category. They need to be able to fit in the booster seat where the seatbelt doesn't come across their neck in a way that's very harming. Also too, if they're going out of a booster seat into a regular seat, they're generally around 8 to 14 years old. And they weigh about 80 pounds. So
they could be in a booster seat until they're 8?
Yeah.
Oh, I've made some just. I'm like, I mean, that's good to know.
When in doubt, check it out.
Exactly. Knowledge is power, right?
Right, that's true.
Okay, so if you were going to tell the folks at home why they should come out and get this type of information? Because it really can mean the difference between life and death.
I think it's really, a lot of parents, they really don't take the time to read the information or the directions. They take some shortcuts, so it's always best to come out and have it checked out by the experts.
Well, thank you so much for all of that wonderful information. And for more information on these classes, you can visit them online at eastcoopermedctr.com.